Season finale. Oh, loud. Every time. Shit.
Yeah, season finale. That was so quick. It really flew by, for real. Like
it flew by much faster than first season, but I think it's because first season we were fighting for our lives doing the 2 episodes.
2 episodes, yeah. Mm-hmm. No, but I feel like we just started season 2 like yesterday. For us to be like season finale, season 2 today, that's crazy.
I'm saying.
Yeah, no, for real.
It feels crazy. Mm-hmm. But like, we did 10 whole episodes.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so we thought it would be fun to end the season the same way that we ended last season, which was to do a little Q&A, except that we've switched up the questions this time, except for one question that we had last season, we brought back for this season, because it's honestly one that you can just keep adding to, or, answers that we didn't give last time that we can give now, etc. And then there's 4 brand new questions, which we thought was fun to explore, or would be fun to explore. So, welcome to our little season 2 finale Q&A situation.
Yay!
Okay, so the first question, which is the one that we are recycling, is, can you name some songs that had a big impact on you and why?
So, for me, I just have one song. And the song that had the biggest impact on me this year was Counting My Blessings by Nadia Batson. I think I mentioned this so much times in our episodes. But it had a big impact on me because the song is about counting your blessings, like I mentioned previously, talking about things that you're grateful for, not taking things for granted, seeing the good in everything and appreciating the life that you have, and always trying to see, the good whenever there are negative things, going or happening. So that song has had a really big impact on me because the lyrics are so powerful. The lyrics are so like in depth that it touches me because, we've all had a rough couple of years.
Yeah, listen.
So I think this is a song that I can definitely relate to in times like this, like with what I'm going through. And I think other people can relate to it as well because, it's a lot. Like, it's tough out here in these streets. Listen, no, for real. Like
kicking our ass.
The past couple of years, like, I know everybody had it rough. And now people are just getting their feet back into the things, getting everything set up properly again and getting back into the groove of, how things used to be, even though things are not going to be the same way. People are now just trying to adapt. So just counting your blessings and being grateful for everything that you have in your life. It's just a deep song because I lost a family member as well last year while I was trying to do other things, and then I lost my focus, and then
it was a
lot.
Listen.
So I'm really counting my blessings and being grateful for all that I have and trying to see the good in everything. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's a good song to pick.
Yeah.
I literally don't remember at all what song or songs I picked last time. I don't remember if it was 1 or if it was 2 or if it was 3. But for this time, I have 2. I've actually mentioned this track before. I think it was like 3 episodes ago, maybe. It was like my song of the week, which is Magic by Coldplay. And like, just because I've been revisiting Coldplay's music a lot, I remembered how much Magic meant to me as well as to the group of friends, which I've said before. And I've also mentioned before that for me, moments in life are always marked by what I was listening to at the time. And this was one of the songs that I was listening to at that time. It was when me and my friends went through like a really difficult loss, all of us. And it was a shared experience, and it was the song that brought us so much comfort for whatever reason. Lyrically, the song is beautiful. But the fact that it was this song specifically that we all heard and we were like, this is the song that is going to help us through this was so weird. But at the end of the day, like, we're all so grateful because it brought us so much comfort. But yeah, so I think that's one that really, really had an impact on me. And then another one is, which I might have mentioned as well before, but like maybe in season 1, I don't know, is Eternal Sunshine by Epic High, because I know I've mentioned Epic High more than once.
Yeah, I've heard the name before that you mentioned them. I don't know about
I know
Eternal
I picked
Sunshine.
one of their songs for the beginning of this season, but I think I maybe mentioned them last season as well.
Yeah.
So this song specifically, it's a song about the social pressure to achieve your dreams while you're young, and how how that impacts you mentally. So when I first heard the song, I was in my mid-20s, and already there I felt like I could really relate to the song, also because we were like in university, going through all that university shit that we went through at our university, which was like a bit of a shit show. And we were doing all of that stuff. So then already I was like, I feel so much pressure to accomplish great things, because also I was one of the older people in the class because it was my second time studying. After that, as soon as like I graduated, but like that pressure started when I was 18 already, even before turning 18, like just in the final few years of high school, it was already like, your clock is ticking, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do this. And then mid-20s, it's like, why aren't you dating? You're old. you need to have babies, which I don't want, for the record. Put it on the internet so that people stop. Yeah, so that people stop like telling you to have kids. Now it's also like, you're 29. Why don't you have life figured out? And I'm like, I don't think you have life figured out at your grown age either. So why should I?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to figure out who the fuck I am at this point. I have no idea. So I think that this song is still one of those ones that still continues to have an impact on me. Like, it's not a past impact. It's still a current one.
Yeah.
And I still listen to it like so much. So much.
And I think this is why we get along so well, because we have so many things in common that we didn't even know that we have in common until we started speaking to each other. Because I'm from the Caribbean, mixed with a bunch of different cultures, and you growing up in Namibia, like, you would think like it's like, oh, we're so different, we don't have much in common, but like we do have a lot in common. And we're like so similar in, you know, different ways.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We have similar personalities.
Yeah.
And we have similar life experiences.
Yeah. I think this is why as well, like, because the meaning of our songs are similar. Almost similar, like, you know, I mean, like, that's so crazy.
I know, it's weird. Question number 2. What genres do you like and which do you dislike? It's so funny that we like never answer this question.
Yeah, we don't.
I think by now people can like catch a drift of like what we like and what we don't. But
and I think
actually what we like specifically, because we've never spoken about the things we don't like.
Yeah, no. But I think for me, I think people know by now that I love dancehall and soca music. Yeah. I think that's just clear because I always talk about dancehall and soca music, and the songs that I usually pick that are my favorite for the week is either a soca or a dancehall song. Yeah. Like, you might get the little R&B hip hop in between, but you know I'm 100% soca and dancehall. So I cannot rank them. I feel like they're both on the same level. I feel like soca and dancehall is just my number one together, because there is...
I didn't rank a single genre.
No. Because there is soca music and there is dancehall music, and then there is soca and dancehall together.
Exactly.
So I'm just going to leave it at that because they are like my top. I do like reggae music, which is something that not a lot of people know about me, but I do like reggae music, but it has to be like that. Okay, reggae is a soulful, kind of emotional type of vibe, type of genre. But I like listening to the more deeper ones that talks about life and a little bit about love. And that talks about things that you're going through in life, because I mean, when those type of lyrics are paired with like reggae music, like, it just hits different. It just really hits different. So I like reggae. I do love I do like, because love and like are two different things. Different, I love dancehall and soca, but I like reggae, I like R&B, I like hip hop. And I can listen to a bit of EDM here and there. Yeah, here and there, but it's not my go-to thing. So
Yeah.
EDM would be like the least favorite. I can listen to it, but because I'm in the country that I'm in, hello. So EDM would be like my least. I don't like rock, hard rock, heavy metal.
Yeah.
Nothing screaming, nothing that sounds spooky, nothing
You don't
that
like
sounds...
aggressive music.
I don't like aggressive music. I don't like it. Don't be banging
Fair.
nothing in my ears, screaming. Don't be making me think that someone is gonna come and kill me.
Yeah.
No.
Fair. You
No,
like
I
what
don't.
you like.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
don't
yeah.
like what you don't like.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
So I typically I give everything a chance when it comes to music. So there isn't much that I don't like. But there are very specific things that I don't like. I'm gonna start
there
with
isn't
what
much, but I don't like.
Yeah. And I'm gonna start with don't like because it's so much simpler to go that way. I don't like country music, but there's one
I do like country a little bit.
No, I don't like
She's
it.
like, no.
But there's one very specific exception to that rule, and that's Miss Dolly Parton.
Okay.
Dolly Parton, I'll allow it because it's Dolly Parton, and I genuinely like her and her music. So
Yeah.
she's the exception to that rule. But
Okay.
everyone else, no. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about country. And I used to really fuck with early Taylor Swift when she used to do straight up country. I used to fuck with that when I was younger. But then as I started growing up, I really just started not liking it at all. And I don't know why. I don't know what happened along the way. I was just I don't like this. But yeah, that one. And then there's a lot of subgenres of electronic music and techno and stuff that I can't.
Yeah.
And I tolerate everything.
Yeah.
If country's already playing, I'm not gonna be turn that shit off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll tolerate it. I can, but I'm not having fun.
Yeah,
I'm not enjoying it.
And
it's the same thing with these subgenres of electronic music, because I know people and I spent a lot of time with people in the Netherlands who really fuck with that. And they were like, hey, please come to this thing with me. I'll go because first of all, I'm not going to knock it till I try it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the night, I was generally that was too crazy.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit unstable right now. I'm going to go sit in silence for a while to recover because what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So stuff like that. And then in terms of what I do like, I like basically what everybody else likes. I like pop, I like hip hop, I like R&B. I actually like rock, but very specific.
Yeah, she's
specific subgenres and specific bands. It's not everybody that I can tolerate, but there are a lot that I actually do enjoy and that I grew up listening to. And then, of course, a lot of the African genres, kizomba, kuduru, all of these things, and Afrobeat and Afro beats. And yeah, so I listen to a lot of stuff. I just...
I like those too. I like the kizomba, Afro music, Afro beats, but I just mentioned what is top, because I would listen to it, but like in between occasionally,
Yeah. And then number 3, I think before we even answer the question, they're gonna know our answers, but they might not know why or how important. So I was let's do this one properly because we always mentioned it between stuff. Where it wasn't necessarily the point of the conversation, but now we can make it the point of the conversation. So, who is your favorite musician, band, or group, and how important are they to you?
Okay, so for me, I don't have just one. For me, it's artists. It's multiple artists, and I don't have one. Surprisingly enough, I just added one to the little clique. But the first one is Rihanna. The second one is Spice. And the third one is Coco Jones. And I just added Coco.
Yeah.
And they are my favorite artists. And they're so important to me because they inspire me.
Yeah.
They motivate me. They give me courage. They make me think, they make me feel like what I think is impossible is actually possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But more importantly, Rihanna, because Rihanna's from the Caribbean.
Yeah.
She came from Barbados. And she made it in the music industry, whereas in St. Martin, there are a lot of talented persons like myself who wants to do music and who wants to go international, but there aren't, the resources and the funds and stuff like that to help us do that, and we just have to struggle on our own. And I can understand that Rihanna struggled on her own for some time, but then this producer discovered her, they helped her and so forth. So I'm like, this is the type of stuff that we need as well in St. Martin to help our young aspiring artists to get out there, and seeing how big she made it, just being a little old girl from the Caribbean, it's really inspiring and it's really motivating. I know a lot of people talk smack about her in terms of like, oh, because she's a sex symbol, or like she does risky stuff, or she does like stuff that is inappropriate. Okay, we get that. It's the industry. We understand that. Really and truly, she had a goal in mind of what she wanted in her life, especially with her music, and she went for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She really did, yeah.
There's a video of her, I think, in 2016 saying that she wants to be remembered as Rihanna, the artist that came from Barbados and made it big in the US. And hello, she did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Spice now is from Jamaica, another Caribbean person. She really motivates me and inspires me in terms of like working super, super, super hard. So each person I have is, for me, they fall within categories. Rihanna fall within the category of being motivational in terms of like what I feel is impossible is actually possible. And with Spice, she falls in a category of like inspiration and determination. And like working hard. And when you do work hard, you will get what you work for. Because I mean, Spice came from nothing, and she worked and worked and worked and worked. She put out music, even though people might say, oh, this doesn't sound good, oh, you don't look good, oh, it's not going anywhere. She didn't give a shit. She kept putting out music. She did her damn thing. She went to perform at shows, even if she didn't perform well, even if she fell on the stage, even if people booed her, even if people talk smack on the internet about her. She didn't give a shit. She kept making music, and she keeps performing the same way, even though they might say, oh, she's too vulgar on stage. She keeps performing the same way because that's what actually brings in the money. That's who she is. You know what I mean? Yeah, Spice is such an inspiration in terms of like working hard for what you want, and failing, and having those moments where you're rejected or failing, and feel like the world is against you, because I know she feels that a lot, but she's still like moving forward.
She's still going,
and going. So Spice is that. And then Coco kind of reminds me of me a little bit. Why? Because like she started off in Disney, as a kid, and then when Disney let her go, she was like trying to find her way, and she was struggling, but even though like she would get so many no's, she would still continue to go. And she kind of reminds me of me a little bit, because growing up in St. Martin, I started off singing like as a child. Like I started singing like at the age of like 6 years old. And like I was everywhere in St. Martin. And I don't think this is a story that I actually talked about. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. But I was like every single where in St. Martin, performing here, performing at the government's building, performing for the governor, performing for the former queen, performing girl, I can't even name all the stuff. I performed like so many places, right? And then after a while, like everything just stopped. And I was like, okay, everything just stopped. Why?
Yeah.
I think in that moment, I was just convenient for many of those on the island who knew that I sing.
And that you did it for free.
And that I did it for free because I wasn't charging, because I was just starting. I was only 6. And I mean, at the age of 6, like I did one song competition and I won it. And since then, like I just blew up on the island. Like everyone was calling my mom's phone. everyone wanted me to perform somewhere. Everyone wanted me to join like a singing competition. And the funny thing is that and this is what made it even, I won't say worse, but this is what even made me blow up a bit more, is because every singing competition that I entered, I would win. So my name would just not be out of people's mouth with my singing. So indeed, I feel like I was just convenient, you know, at that time for them, because I was just like the talk of the town, as they would say. And when they feel like, you know, oh, everything is died out and I'm no longer convenient for them, and someone else comes along, they're just like, okay, hey, here is someone else. We don't need him anymore. You know what I mean? And I think it's so sad, because there are a lot of persons that they do that too. Not only me. I mean, there are a lot of persons that they do that too, who has the potential, who has talent, and who actually want to see things change on the island when it comes to like music. Because I mean, look at me here now. I have a bachelor's degree in international music management. I have so much knowledge about things in the music industry, and I have so much knowledge about marketing and creating a business plan and creating a strategy. Like, girl, we learn the things in university. So I mean, like, I have so much knowledge on those things that I can be able to now give back and actually help them.
The reception is not being receptive.
So I'm just like, you know what? I kind of ramble on into my own story after, but
no, it makes sense that
those three artists are my favorite, and they're important to me because of those reasons. Because I see some of myself within them. And
then as for me, I also have, like, I could literally name a musician and a band and a group, but I decided to just go for one because I know I'm going to overchat. I'm going to overchat otherwise. But yeah, again, it should come as no surprise as to what my answer is going to be. But like, it's BTS. Like, no surprise, no shock at all from the audience, because I talk about them all the time and I'm super loud about them all the time. But it is because they are very important to me as a group and as individuals. So it's not just BTS, it's each member by himself has a lot of significance to me. And like, you already know the story. And I think I've talked about it once, but it was when we had our old YouTube channel. And like, I was already dabbling in BTS's music before I really, really actually decided to get into their whole discography and their lyricism and their philosophy around their music. But the reason that I decided to really, really dive in was because I had a huge health scare when I was 25. It was a really weird stage of life because I was like, okay, I have to deal with this health thing. And as much as like, when these things happen to me, my approach is, okay, so what's the next step? How can I fix it? How can I make it better? I don't like to dwell on it. But the thing is also, when you don't take the time to process something like that happening to you, it can consume you in crazy ways. Because suddenly I was like, what the fuck, you know? So I needed comfort, and they just seemed so inviting and so comforting. So I really just like, I dove into their stuff, and every time I learned something new, I found myself being like, holy shit. Cause I was like, what? You know what I mean? Like, cause their whole journey is crazy and they didn't have it easy. A lot of people assume that they did because the company that they're signed under is huge now. When they were signed, it definitely wasn't huge. It was definitely a broke ass company. They were definitely hustling. That's so crazy. Hard.
They made it a huge ass company today.
Yeah, they almost gave up in 2018, actually. So they didn't have it easy, and I think that their resilience is really admirable. Which is also something that I needed, like that influence to just like push through. They all have such a clear understanding of what they want out of their music careers as a group and as individuals, and what their aim is in making music. They just have such a beautiful philosophy, and they have such a beautiful relationship with their music. It's just a very sincere adventure that they're currently on, and it hasn't been easy. When they do find that, you know, they can talk about things and they do talk about it, you feel so seen you feel so human.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time, you know, you're kind of just going through life. And I don't know if that happens to other people, but I literally coast. A lot of the time, I feel like I'm not even in my own body. I'm just like, I'm just like a bystander. I'm like, okay, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, they just make me feel really human and really seen. And I let it bring me joy. You know, and I think, I think those things are important. I think it's important to be passionate about stuff. And if you choose to be passionate about a band, then you're passionate about that band. As long as it's bringing you joy and not consuming your life in like a negative way, then, you know, why not? I've had the time of my life enjoying BTS and their content. I've enjoyed the shit out of a lot of things. Yeah, man, like that's easily going to make them my favorite musicians. I think that even later in life, when I'm like 60, 70, and maybe they're not making music anymore because they're also trying to live life, you know, I'm going to look back and be like, that was fun. That was a dope part of life. Like, enjoying BTS was a dope part of life. So yeah, that's my answer to that. It was long-winded anyway. So aren't you glad that I only picked one?
I can actually relate to you with that when it comes to like Rihanna specifically, because I mean, I see Rihanna as more of like, you know, like motivation, like I said, inspiration. What I think is impossible, it's not. It is possible. You just need to continue because you will be seen. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because a lot of people be like, oh, why do you like Rihanna? Oh, she can't sing. She can't this. She is whatever. Like I said, oh, she does risky stuff or she does negative stuff. I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at how far she legacy. Has. Right. I'm looking at how far she has come from where she started. You know what I mean? And the goal that she had in mind and how hard she worked towards that goal, you know? Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, next question.
Okay. So the next question, I think, is an interesting one. Does music have the power to change your mood? And how does music affect you?
Okay. Music has the power to change my mood all the time. That's why I'm so selective with the songs that I pick, because if I see a song and I'm like, no, this is going to bring back sadness, I'm not going to listen to it. If I see this song and I'm like, no, this is going to bring back feelings of school days that I don't want to remember, I'm like, cause like I said, like if I listen to this song while I was in primary school, the exact emotion is going to stay with that song. And if I listen to it now, I'll feel the same way that I felt in primary school. So no. But it does. And I think the music that makes me happy the most or emotionally happy is like Zouk music, compa music. Yeah. Because it's just, it's such a sensual, give me words, because no, but for real though, like Zouk compa music, it really touches me because it reminds me of home so much because I'm here. Yeah. It reminds me of home so much, but what's crazy is that when I am actually at home and I listen to Zouk music or compa music, it makes me feel alive. You know that type of feeling? It hits different. Whenever I hear compa music or, a little Zouk music, I'm like, wow, like I'm really alive. Like there's so many things happening in the world. So many things happened in my life. Like I'm really here. What's next? You know what I mean? Like Zouk music, this compa, it hits different. Like no, it girl, like people be like, oh, things to do to feel alive. Yeah. No, you're like, play some Zouk, play that Zouk for me, and I'll feel alive. Just sitting on a chair, I'll be like, wow, okay, blood is really running through my body. My heart is really beating. Yeah, you know what I mean? I love that. Like, no, yes, that does it for me. Ooh, I'm gonna listen to some later.
He said, yo. So for me, I think that music can elicit a feeling or emotion within me, but I don't think it actually can change my mood. And that's just for me personally. I think it can boost my mood. I think it can comfort me. I think it can cause catharsis. But I'm generally still in the same mood that I was in before listening to music, after I listen to the music.
No, girl. Music gonna mess me up. If I play one sad song, I'm like, I'm sad.
No. Like it might while I'm listening to it, but afterwards it's gone and I just sit back with the same feeling that I was in before I started listening to the music. But it's also, for me, I typically choose to listen to music that matches the mood that I'm already in. Okay. You know what I mean? So I'm not the type of person who's like, I'm sad, let me go listen to happy music. If I'm sad, I'm going to listen to sad shit and be sad. Like, leave me alone. Basically, yeah, I just choose to listen to music that matches my mood. So I think that's what explains why I don't, why my mood doesn't necessarily change with the music. It's just because I'm listening to something that was already matching my mood. You know what I mean? Question 5, which is the final question. Is there a song that makes you emotional? And which song is it? And why is it so powerful?
For me, I would definitely say there isn't one specific song, but when I listen to gospel music, it makes me emotional. Because it's just powerful. Like, for persons who know me, know that I'm very spiritual and stuff like that. So I don't think I need to say much on this. I mean, it's clear. Like,
Chardonnay said, it is what it is.
It is what it is. It's clear. Like, when I listen to gospel, like, it's so powerful. Yeah. For me. I don't know how.
Do you have a favorite gospel song, maybe?
I would say my favorite one, as of now, that I listen to the most is "My God Is Awesome." I like that one. Yeah.
I like that one.
I like that one. Yeah. "My God Is Awesome." Yeah. In the song, it talks about him moving mountains, keeping you in the valley, and hiding you from the rain, which is stuff that actually happens in real life. So, yeah, it's just, I don't know how to explain it. I mean, those who know, know. Those who don't. Yeah, no, like, for real, no. It's gospel for me. I would say my favorite one would be "My God Is Awesome," but gospel music in general is just powerful for me.
Okay. So for me, like, I don't think I would have had an answer to this question if it weren't for this song being released last week. Because I have not felt this way about a song, or rather, a song has not made me feel this way in such a long time that I couldn't even tell you what the last song that made me feel this way was, because I don't remember. It was that long ago. But it's by RM. So his solo debut album was released last week, Friday, on the 2nd of December. It's called Indigo, for those who want to go check it out. It's very cool and very special. And did I say what the song is called, bitch? Because I don't remember.
Indigo? No, that's the album. No,
Yeah,
you didn't say the name of the song.
So the song is called Wildflower. And Eugene performs on it with RM.
Okay.
Eugene is a Korean rock singer, actually.
Okay.
So the song does have some like rock elements in it. It's like a very it's like explosive. It's very dynamic. It has a lot of like these big elements in it. I sat in silence for 2 minutes after I heard that song. It felt like it was in me. It was weird. It sounds so strange to say that, but it literally felt like it was squeezing my lungs and my heart. It was just like sitting so heavily on my chest because of how Eugene sings the chorus. It sounds so hopeless. You know what I mean? It sounds so hopeless, but also hopeful at the same time. It's very, very powerful how she sings the chorus. And then, so you look at the lyrics and then you're like, that like literally there's just very strong emotion laced throughout this whole song. So you just put everything together, even with the music video and the visuals. It's just an extremely heartbreaking song. It's beautiful, but it's very heartbreaking. His whole philosophy towards this album has been that he hopes that at least one of the songs makes it into your lifelong playlist that you can look back on, and that he hopes each person can breathe a different life into it depending on their life circumstances. So I don't know what it is for me other than like, you know, the song itself and the content of the song itself that made it so emotional for me, because literally the first few times that I listened to it, my eyes would water all the time. But there's just so many elements of it that I could go on and on and on about. So yeah, check it out. Check it out. I think it's a worthwhile listen and experience. Okay, yeah, guys. So yeah, man, that was our cute little Q&A.
Yes, I can't believe this is season finale. Oh my god, guys!
I know, it feels crazy.
We're gonna see you next year.
No,
yeah,
we're wrapping it up abruptly because our software is acting insane right now.
Crazy! It's like we don't want to see you go.
And look, and we've stopped recording. We started. We stopped. We started, and it's getting annoying. So we're just gonna wrap it up here.
Yeah.
Check out the music that we talked about. Check out the artists that we talked about. Thank you for tuning in this season.
Yes, thank you guys for tuning in. We've had a lot of fun this season. Yes, we had.
We have had a lot of fun this season. So thank you for tuning in. We'll be back with season 3 in the new year.
Yes.
Enjoy the festive season. Enjoy the holidays if you celebrate them. If you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Turn on post notifications if you're feeling spicy. If you have Instagram and TikTok, follow us over there because we're funny there. Not that we're not funny here, but we're funny there because it's just bloopers and stuff. Also, while we're gone, we'll post different kinds of content over there. So definitely check us out on Instagram, check us out on TikTok for the laughs. Don't Touch My Music pod. On both.
Yep.
If you are listening to the podcast as an actual podcast on a podcast streaming platform called Spotify or Apple Podcasts or Anchor, please follow the podcast. Please rate the podcast. And on Anchor, you can leave comments. So if you have Anchor and you use Anchor, and then you just like leave a comment over there. But yeah, that's it for us this season. We'll see you next year.
Next year.
Happy holidays, y'all.
Happy holidays.
Bye.
Bye.